Your 20s? This is it. This is the decade that can literally be the launchpad for a life of wealth, or it can be a trapdoor into a lifetime of just getting by. It is, without a doubt, the foundation for everything else to come. So let's dive right in. See, every single financial choice you make is steering you down one of two very different paths. Over here, you've got the architect, someone who's actually designing their future brick by brick. And over here, the victim of ruin, who's mostly just driven by impulse and that live for the weekend feeling. You know, the really scary part is that most people have absolutely no idea which path they're on until it's way too late. So in this explainer, we're going to tear down the most common and damaging money mistakes so that you can consciously, deliberately choose to be the architect. Okay, first things first, we have to talk about all the tiny, almost invisible leaks that are draining your money away. Just picture your income as water pouring into a bucket. Now, if that bucket is just full of holes, you are never, ever going to fill it up, right? And this, right here, is the biggest hole of them all. You know the feeling, right? You get your paycheck, you pay some bills, you spend a little here and there, and then at the end of the month, you're just left scratching your head wondering, where did it all go? That's not a plan, my friend. That's just guessing. And you can't guess your way to wealth. So, where are these big leaks hiding? Well, rent is obviously a huge one, but look at this slice right here, a full 20% on subscriptions and food delivery. That $15 charge for takeout doesn't feel like a big deal in the moment, but when you add it all up, man, it becomes this massive drain that's actively stopping you from getting ahead. And that leads us perfectly into the next huge trap, lifestyle creep. You finally get that raise you've been working so hard for. What's the very first thought? Awesome, I can get a nicer apartment. Or I can finally afford a better car. That is lifestyle creep in action. But look, the really smart move isn't to inflate your lifestyle. It's to inflate your savings rate first. So here's the bottom line on all this. All these little leaks, the subscriptions you forgot about, the impulse buys you see on social media, they all add up. And before you know it, you're not in the driver's seat anymore. Your expenses are, and you're just working to keep up. So that's all about the money you're actively spending. But what about the money you aren't doing anything with? This next bunch of mistakes, well, they aren't about what you do, they're about what you don't do. These are the mistakes of just waiting, and their cost is huge. We've all said this. I know I have. And it feels so harmless, doesn't it? I'll start saving later. But that one simple phrase is probably the most financially destructive sentence you can say in your entire 20s. And why is that? Because you have a superpower right now that you will never, ever have again: time. Let me make this super real for you. Let's imagine person A. They start putting away just $200 a month at age 22, okay? Now here's person B. They save the exact same amount, $200 a month, but they wait just 10 years to get started at age 32. It doesn't really seem like that big of a deal, does it? Well, this is the absolute magic of compound interest. Just look at that difference by the time they hit retirement. It is staggering. Person A's money had a whole extra decade to just work and grow all by itself. That simple 10-year delay cost person B hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's unbelievable. That is the power of starting early. Okay, investing for retirement is vital. We just saw why. But you've also got to protect yourself today. Life is just unpredictable. It is never a question of if you'll have an emergency, it's only a question of when. The car will break down, a medical bill will pop up, it's coming. And this right here is where it all comes together. If you have an emergency fund, a $1,000 problem is just a $1,000 problem. It's an annoyance, you pay it with cash, you move on. But without that fund, that same problem goes onto a high-interest credit card. And all of a sudden, your $1,000 annoyance is now a $1,500 debt monster that's causing you tons of stress. An emergency fund is your financial shock absorber. It is so, so critical. And that brings us to our last and, maybe the most important point of all. There is one investment out there that consistently blows everything else out of the water. Stocks, real estate, you name it. And that's investing in yourself. Just think about it for a second. Your greatest wealth building tool by far is your ability to earn an income. And that ability is tied directly to how valuable your skills are. If you stop learning new things, you stop growing, and eventually your income is just going to hit a wall. And the framework here is actually really simple. 1, figure out what skills companies are paying top dollar for in your industry right now. 2, invest your time, maybe a little bit of money, to actually learn it. Take a course, get a certificate, whatever. And 3, Go apply that new skill to get a raise or find a better paying job. This simple loop will give you the highest return on investment possible. Okay, so let's tie all of this together. We've talked about the problems, so now let's build the solution. This is the architect's blueprint. This is your simple, actionable plan to take back control. Here's the blueprint, plain and simple. First, track every single dollar so you can plug those leaks. Second, when you get a raise, upgrade your savings, not your apartment. Third, start investing today, right now. I don't care if it's $5, just start. Fourth, build that 3 to 6 month emergency fund. It's your safety net. And fifth, never ever stop learning new skills. And this quote just says it all. You have to forget about trying to look rich for your friends or on Instagram. Instead, focus on the quiet, consistent, day in, day out work of building a real, rock-solid financial foundation. Build the actual wealth, not just the appearance of it. So this is where we end. The choice, honestly, is all yours. Every single day, with every dollar you spend, you are making a decision. Are you going to be the architect, consciously designing a future of freedom? Or are you just going to kind of let things happen to you? The blueprint is in your hands.